Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you 5 very simple, very digestible techniques that you can implement today into your everyday makeup routine in order to turn back the clock. So let's get right into it. Before I share these 5 easy techniques in order to turn back the clock, and I promise you they're all extremely digestible, extremely easy. They are not overcomplicated, and there's something that you could throw into your routine today, tomorrow, tonight. Do all 5 of them, do 2 of them, do 3 of them. It's up to you. If you do any of them and you implement any of these tips and techniques into your current makeup routine, I promise you, you will see a more youthful look to your makeup. And that's the whole point, right? Makeup is supposed to improve, boost confidence, and enhance our natural beauty. All these tips are going to help to do that and help to maintain a youthful look while wearing makeup. So let's get into these 5 techniques. Now, number 1, and I think is one of the most important ones that I'm going to talk about today, and also one of the most overlooked ones I see just in general with clients' makeup routines, people I talk to on social media, you all when I talk to you in DMs and in messages, something that you don't typically focus on a lot is reducing redness around your eyes. I talk about redness around our nose. I talk about redness in any areas of our face, whether that's like acne marks, pimples, things like that. But we're not always talking about reducing redness around our eyes. And this could be a huge indicator of our age, being tired. And there's nothing wrong with our age. I'm 39 and a half. I'm going on 40. My redness around my eyes, I can't get rid of it. It's just there to stay. But I do notice I look so much more youthful as soon as I reduce the redness around my eyes. Like this redness around the bottom lash line, that's not going anywhere. No, it's not eyeshadow. I get a ton of you asking. I think people that find me for the first time and like they see me without makeup in a video, they ask me what this redness is and what eyeshadow I'm wearing. I'm not wearing eyeshadow. This is just my eyes. So, number 1 thing you could do today to turn back the clock when you're wearing makeup is reduce the redness around your eyes. 2 products I love so much. Very easily accessible. This one is at Sephora. This is the Cali Ray Hide Away. It's a brightener, concealer, camouflager, something. It's hydrating. It's easy to use. It's serum-like. And man, does this get the job done so quick and so effectively. They have multiple colors. I wear the shade Golden Hour, and this is going to be a great way to color correct, give a little bit of coverage, and an equally amazing, a very affordable option that's at the drugstore is the Maybelline Instant Rewind Eraser Color Corrector. This is the shade Pink, 160 Pink, and this is going to come with a sponge applicator, which you could just dot on, blend out with your fingertips or a brush. Either put a concealer on top to fully cover and camouflage your under eye darkness and redness, or just use it as a color corrector to reduce that redness instantly and then head out the door. So whatever your jam is, you can use it multiple ways. I'm going to show you in this video and demonstrate the Cali Ray Hide Away because I just love this tone so much under my eyes. So I'm going to do one eye and we'll see the difference this makes. So you don't need to go crazy with it. You don't need to go all the way across your eye. In fact, this is probably a little bit too much product to be totally honest, but you want to hit the main areas where you have the most redness, discoloration, darkness under your eyes. So if you have visible dark circles, this is going to be a great product to color correct and balance that area of your skin and reduce redness as well. So put that in the areas you have the most redness or concern. For me, that's going to be the inner corner and also in the outer corner right here. You can see I have a ton of redness right there. The inner part right here, we're going to connect these 2 together, gain a nice thin layer so it doesn't crease too much throughout the day, because this right here is where you want to avoid too much product because it's going to crease and look really heavy if you have too much product overall. Less is more. We'll connect it. I'll show you how to do that. I'm gonna grab my N16 brush. This is my concealer brush with BK Beauty. You're gonna use this brush to tap in. And I say tap because another big mistake too, if you're trying to actually color correct and make a difference, you don't want to blend off this product. You want to keep it where you need it the most. So tapping it into place versus swiping it back and forth is what you're going to want to do. And as I'm tapping it, I'm also pushing it up into my lash line just to distribute a very thin wash of that product. You don't want it to be too thick because the thicker it is in that area closest to your lash line, it's going to end up collecting and looking really heavy. So it's another reason why I love this product from Cali Ray. It's serum based, very lightweight, very breathable, doesn't look heavy. It looks pretty much undetectable under your eyes after you blend it out, but the way it color corrects and reduces the redness is like nothing else. Already, I look more youthful, well-rested, Youthful, well-rested, they pretty much go hand in hand. Now I'm going to take a little bit more of the Cali Ray and show you how to get the inner corner right here and also reduce some redness on your eyelid. So we also overlook the redness that we have on our eyelids. Typically speaking, we have a lot of redness. We can see our visible veins through the skin. The skin on our eyelids is typically also very thin and also see-through. So reducing that pigmentation and overall just color correcting it and brightening it is going to give you a more youthful look entirely. Like this eye compared to this eye is no comparison. I have a bonus tip, which is going to be super helpful, and you can use this in conjunction with color correcting around your eyes to reduce that redness, therefore turning back the clock. And that is taking a skin tone eyeliner. This is a new one that I picked up. It's the shade Cashmere from Sochi Beauty. Any kind of brightening pencil is going to instantly give you that well-rested look, which therefore is going to help you look like you turn back the clock when you're wearing your makeup. So this is Cashmere from Sochi Beauty. It could be any light color eyeliner. It doesn't have to be this exact one. I also love the ones from Swede. I love the one from Makeup Forever. There's so many on the market. Coconut from Sephora collection I've used for a million years. It's a really great one as well. But anything around this tone is going to be an instant, quick pick-me-up that gives you the look of I slept in for a couple days straight. I have been drinking water, hydrating. I am just super duper well rested, and I have no redness visible around my eyes like I haven't slept in days. So the difference that this will make, especially if you do it in conjunction with a color corrector, is going to give you a night and day difference in your makeup appearance. It's going to help you look so well rested and so youthful. All right, now that one side is done, let me just do a little side by side so you can see the huge difference of just doing a color corrector. Not even like an orange color corrector. I'm not talking an intense one. I'm talking like a very simple toned one that just helps to neutralize and brighten and give you some amount of coverage. It makes a gigantic difference. So imagine doing this in your daily makeup routine. You will instantly turn back the clock, especially when it comes to your eyes. And our eyes tell all. Our eyes, our neck, and our hands are really what give away our age. So if you're looking to turn back the clock with your makeup, try this technique with your eyes and you will thank me later. So we got well rested and we got needs a vacation. Now this next makeup technique might be the most obvious, and generally speaking, it's definitely the most talked about one. So if you've already heard this before, let this be a gentle reminder of why we talk about this as a makeup community. And that is choosing a glowy foundation or a glowy base over something that's more matte and or matte full coverage. There's a reason why women of a certain age or, people of a certain age, if you're buying makeup, you're marketed glowy products. There's a reason for that. Is it over the top? In my opinion, yes. It could be a little bit too much all at once. Just because you're a certain age doesn't mean you have to pile on glow after glow after glow. You should infuse balance into your makeup look regardless of your age. There is a reason why makeup brands push so hard for people of a certain age to be buying more glowy products, because no matter what, glow does equal youth. Okay, so a more glowy look to your skin equals more of a youthful look to your skin. It's an undeniable thing. It's an undeniable fact.
The rules are the rules and the facts are the facts, and when the cheese drawer opens, you gotta pay the tax.
Whether we want to acknowledge it or not. Now, I don't like rules.
The rules are the rules.
Like super strict, hard rules.
Gotta pay the tax.
I really cannot stand that. And I also am a firm believer that just because you hit a certain age doesn't mean that you expire when it comes to certain makeup products, that you're not allowed to use certain things anymore. That is complete BS. You could still use and wear whatever you want. But in terms of wanting to look more youthful, if you want to look more youthful, you should choose a more glowy base to your complexion. Okay, that's just the way it is. Now, does that mean if you're 80 and you love a matte look, you can't wear that? No. You can wear whatever you want, and I am a firm believer. Just because you turn a certain age does not mean you expire and you cannot use X, Y, and Z on your face. Makeup has no age limit, okay? What has an age limit is techniques and application. Those things should change as we get older, but the makeup products just don't all of a sudden stop working because you're 40 or 50 or 60. That's just not the reality, okay? Makeup is makeup. Anyway, rant aside, if you do want to have a more youthful look to your skin, choosing a glowy foundation is going to be your best bet. It's going to be favorable to you. So let me talk about a couple things you could do in order to get a more youthful look and therefore turn back the clock when you're wearing foundation. Let's just say, an example, you picked up a foundation that maybe just doesn't make you look very youthful and glowy and fresh and juicy. You know what I mean? Let's say you have something that's full coverage, leaning way more matte, like this beautiful foundation from One Size Beauty. This is the Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation. Now again, this product does not have an age limit. Anybody can wear this product. But if you want to look more youthful while wearing it, let me tell you 2 things you could do to implement to give it more of a youthful look and to therefore turn back the clock. So when you're using a product like this, if you just put it on by itself, there is nothing wrong with it. But if you're trying to look more youthful when you're wearing a foundation, I highly recommend you do 1 or 2 or both of these things in order to make this kind of product work for you. So let's just say you don't have a beautiful glowy foundation like this Fenty one that I love and I recommend all the time. The Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Foundation is one of my favorite medium buildable coverage foundations that gives you the most gorgeous youthful glow to your skin. So let's say you chose a foundation and you didn't choose one that's going to be more youthful and glowy. Let's say you didn't pick up the Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Foundation. This is one of my favorites for giving a beautiful youthful glow to your skin while giving you a gorgeous medium to buildable coverage that is long lasting. Let's say you don't have this and you also don't want to go back out and pick up another expensive foundation. If you have a product like the Lumi Glotion from L'Oreal, this is my holy grail drugstore liquid illuminator. I love this product so much. You pick up any of the shades and you mix it into your foundation, whatever formula you have. If your formula is too dull and too matte and not giving you that youthful glow and that youthful look, then using something like this is going to be an amazing tool to cut the coverage, to cut the matte look, and to tweak it so it's more youthful for your skin. Another product that I've been loving that I picked up recently is the Auric Glow Lust. This is a phenomenal product for infusing a glow into your complexion. For demonstrative purposes, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion today because it's just more easily accessible and it's really affordable. Now, another thing you could do to get that youthful look and to turn back the clock essentially with your full coverage matte foundation is apply it with a fluffy brush. This is my BK Beauty N15 brush. It's a powder brush. The reason why you want to use this over, let's say, this N17 is because it's going to deposit a little bit more product. And when you're using a heavier foundation like the One Size, if you want to look more luminous, more natural, and overall more youthful, applying it with a bigger brush is going to give you a thin, sheer amount of product, therefore not looking heavy, therefore looking a lot more youthful on your skin. So you can apply in the same way. You could tap it on, but you could also do circular motions to get a nice soft amount of coverage. Build it up as you want, but applying that Lumi Glotion inside that formula and mixing equal parts completely changes the finish of that foundation, completely makes it instantly more youthful, instantly more fresh, dewy, and glowy. And therefore you don't have to waste the foundation that you have. So if you have something that's more matte lying around and you're noticing it's not really giving you that fresh, youthful look, apply a liquid illuminator, equal parts into that foundation, and you will be a happy camper. Okay, now let's compare both sides. We now have One Size on each side of my face. Now it's dried down completely on this side. It's dried down to a nice matte. It's a beautiful matte. It's a beautiful foundation, okay? Is it the fountain of youth in terms of finish and look? No. Do I love the way this looks? Absolutely. I am an oily girl. Even though I'm almost 40, I love a satin to matte finish to my skin. It's just something that I prefer so much. So again, if you're like me, then skip ahead. Don't worry about this step and just keep going. But if you want to have that more youthful look when it comes to your finish of your foundation, if you want to have that beautiful glow and you don't want to go out and buy another foundation, try mixing a liquid illuminator and you will thank me later because it will instantly turn back the clock. So with the glow and without. Nothing wrong with either one, but this side is definitely going to look more youthful. Okay, now stay with me because there's a second part to this tip, and that is if you don't want to do the liquid illuminator and you still want to bring some glow back to your complexion, or you want to do both. Let's say you want even more glow on this side than you have going on. You want that extra bit of juiciness and hydration. A really great product I have on hand is something that's going to melt away the powdery finish of your makeup. Either of these are going to be a holy grail for melting away the powder look to your complexion. The new one from One Size Beauty, it's the Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray. This is literally going to melt away any of that mattification, any of that powdery makeup-y look to your skin and give you an instant amount of glow and therefore a youthful look to your skin and your complexion. Now, what I consider to be the OG in terms of this kind of product and doing this kind of look and achieving this kind of finish with your makeup is the D'Alba First Spray Serum. This is the Hydrate and Radiant Skin Mist. So you shake this up. It's got 2 different layers in it. It's infused with white truffles. It's amazing. It's a very skincare, skin-loving product. It's going to give you a lot of glow. So oily skin people out there, beware. These are not going to be products that are going to be your best friend. So these are not my best friend, but they're there's a time and a place, and that time and a place is right now. So if you want to turn back the clock after putting your makeup on and your foundation, try spritzing your skin with one of these. I'm going to show you what the one size one looks like because a lot of you have been asking me to try this product out. I have tested it out a couple times, but I haven't really talked about it enough since its launch. So let's actually use this to spray down this more matte side of my face, and let me show you how it takes away that matte finish and instantly gives you a youthful glow to your complexion. So shake it up. What I love about this one is the ultra fine mist. I mean, it is like nothing. The sprayer on this, the way it comes out, it's so fine and airy. They did a phenomenal job with this mister. I mean, it makes me want to use it more often, even though it's really not geared well for my skin. So take note of what this looks like now because it's about to be transformed instantly with the one size powder melt. Shake it up. This will take any matte full coverage foundation and instantly turn back the clock and give it more of a youthful look. I mean, it almost matches this side. This side has more of like an intense lit from within look because of the liquid illuminator. But overall, if you want like a quick fix to bring glow and a youthful look back to your complexion, using a spray like this one, or let's get crazy. Let's spray the Dalbo right on top. Oh, that smells so good. And you will instantly turn back the clock with your makeup. If you're wanting a more youthful look to your eye makeup and you're still stuck using a black eyeliner pencil, listen, again, just to backpedal, if you're still happy with your makeup look, then disregard this. It has nothing to do with you, but if you are looking to change the look of your eye makeup to give your eyes a more youthful look, then I highly suggest you ditch just going across your lash line with a black pencil. For example, doing this all the way across is not going to be the fountain of youth. But these next steps I'm about to show you are going to be an instant way to turn back the clock. So first things first, what you're going to want to do is actually tightline. So instead of going above your lash line, like on top of your lash line, you're going to go inside the lash line. So grab a dark brown pencil instead of a black. If you want to stick to black, you definitely still can, but if you want to turn back the clock, choosing a shade that's a little bit lighter, if you can get away with it, is going to be a little bit more soft, therefore a little bit more youthful. So I'm choosing Makeup by Mario Perfect Brown, and we're going to take this pencil and tightline. So either look into your mirror if you can, and you want to just run this as close to your lash line as possible, just like that. We already have a soft definition going on, and it looks so pretty and so defined, but in a really, really soft way that doesn't close up our eye shape. Now, next thing you can do too is take an angled brush and a dark brown eyeshadow, and instead of going on the top lash line to define it, you can take an eyeshadow instead of an eyeliner, which is therefore also going to be a very soft, very manageable, very easy to achieve way to line your eyes. So if you're not really skilled with using a pencil or a liquid or a gel, take an angled brush and a dark brown and or black eyeshadow in this case and line your eyes that way. It's going to be so quick, so easy, but ultimately extremely youthful. So angled brush, I'm going to dip into this dark brown from the Makeup by Mario palette. Tap off the excess always. Now what you want to do, especially if you have hooded eyes, is keep your eyes open, look straight into a mirror, and you're just going to stamp this on. So I like to stamp it on the outer corner and have a nice soft tapered look. So as I get about halfway across my eyelid, I'm going to stop. When it comes to trying to achieve a more youthful look with your makeup, less can be more. So the less eyeliner you put on, the less chunky mascara you put on, the less intense of a brow you're going to put on, I'll get to that in a bit, the more youthful you'll end up looking. That's just the reality. So now we have a really nice soft amount of definition going on, and we've already placed the eyeliner in the spot that we need it. So now I can gently close my eyes knowing that the placement is there. We're good to go. I'm going to dip into a little bit more, tap off the excess, and just do a bit more like that. So right now we have a really soft amount of definition. It's not too thick. It's not thick going on the inside like this eyeliner is. It's perfectly enhancing my eyes. It's giving it a little lift up, and it's just really nice and balanced. So if you want to turn back the clock when it comes to your eyeliner, I highly encourage you to at least just try skipping and ditching the black eyeliner pencil. Taper it so it's thicker in the outer corner, thinnest going inward, tight line, and the next steps are going to be crucial as well. Grab a lash curler. You should definitely be curling your lashes. If you want a youthful look, you want your eyes to look nice and bright-eyed and open, curling your lashes is an underrated, very simple way to turn back the clock. So grab a lash curler. This is the BK Beauty one. You're going to look into your mirror, get all those bad boys in there. I like to pinch a couple times and then hold it for 10 seconds.
10 seconds later.
And boom. The difference between this eye and this eye is gigantic. Now to complete this curl and to complete this eyeliner look and this eye makeup look, I'm going to use a tubing mascara. You can lock in the curl of your lashes. If you have really straight lashes, you can lock in the curl by using either a waterproof mascara or a tubing mascara. Waterproof is going to be the best way to lock in the curl and keep it there all day. If you don't want to go full on waterproof, I think the next best bet would be a tubing mascara. The one I'm really liking right now is the Persona one. This one's volumizing as well. So I'm going to take the wand, and we're not going to go too heavy. Great way to keep the youthful look to your lashes is don't overly coat the ends of your lashes. Don't get that spiky spider look. That is not youthful. Keep them nice and soft and fluttery in that area, and try to focus it more mid-length and the roots. If you do that, you won't weigh down your lashes. They won't look spidery and spiky. Okay, we have both eyes on, and you can see the stark difference between one eye versus the other. This one is going to be obviously a lot more youthful. It's definitely turning back the clock in terms of the way it's opening up my eyes. It's keeping my eyes nice and bright and open. Whereas this eye is looking a little closed off. We didn't taper the liner going in, which really closed up my eyes, making them look a little bit more tired and a little bit beady and a lot smaller too. So by not tapering it and also choosing an eyeliner that's just overall, it could be a little too dark, especially if it's not balanced with more eye makeup and products in the crease. So if you're going to wear a black eyeliner pencil, which I do all the time, make sure it's balanced with the proper amount of crease color and definition to balance the rest of the makeup look, so it's not just a stark black eyeliner that's kind of floating there on its own. This, you could wear it with or without eyeshadow, and it will look beautiful and youthful no matter what. Okay, this next tip, I just removed my perfectly placed and applied brows to show you the impact that a full and more fluffy brow versus a more blocky or dark brow can make on your appearance. So if you're looking to turn back the clock with your eyebrows, it's a very overlooked thing. Your eyebrows are the roadmap to the rest of your face. They literally frame your face. So a bad brow can age you. A good brow can turn back that clock. So let me show you the turn back clock brow. And that's going to consist of using a tinted fiber-rich brow gel. It has to have fibers in it because as we get older, as we age, we lose a lot of our brow hair and a lot of our brow density. We also get gray hairs in our brows. So if you're looking to turn back the clock and you're not embracing the grays in your brows, then a tinted fiber-rich brow gel is going to give you the most youthful brows you could ever imagine. 3 of my favorites are in my hands right now. The OG, the classic e.l.f. Wow Brow. These are $5 at the drugstore. They're so good. I have them all in my makeup kit. They're just amazing. They're a holy grail. An honorable mention that I also use in my pro kit. This was actually pulled from my pro kit. This is the Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel. This is exactly what it says. It's a fiber-rich brow gel. So it's going to coat your brow hairs, attach fibers, kind of like a tubing mascara would to your lashes. And it's going to give you a thicker, more voluminous look to your brows. Thicker brows equals a more youthful look. That's also another reality that's just kind of like set in stone. It's like glowy makeup looks more youthful and fresh. Fuller, more fluffy brows looks more youthful. That's just the way it is. Thin brows can age you. It's a tough reality, but you know, again, like I hate makeup rules, but those things are just, they are true for a reason. So, and they're talked about for a reason. Another one that I love for tinting your brows is the Air Brow from Kosas. This is a tinted fiber brow gel. They all have very small wands. For this video, I'm going to go for my tried and true, my e.l.f. Wow Brow. This is the shade Dark Brown. Now, you don't have to go super dark with your brows. In fact, if you go really, really dark with your brows, it actually can weigh down the appearance of your brows and your whole face, and it could therefore also age you a little bit. So if you want to go a little bit more youthful, going a little bit lighter with your brow products can be beneficial. It doesn't always work, and for some people, it's not possible to do it. So I say that it can be, but it's not a hard line drawn in the sand where you have to do it in order to have a youthful brow. Okay, so if you at least just fluff up your brows and use a fluffy product like this product, you'll still achieve a more youthful look to your brows that anyone can do. So you'll notice I'm not just going in and going across my brow. I'm pushing it up, feathering it up, and we don't have to go full on electrocution brows, okay? Just to get them to look youthful. You don't have to go full on pulled up, laminated, but I do think starting in an upward angle and then kind of just dragging the wand across to shorten the height is a good way to properly coat your brow hair and get them really nice and fluffed up. And then from there, you can manipulate the shape a bit more to your liking. But a fluffy brow is always going to turn back the clock. It's always going to look more youthful. It's just the way it is. Now, what I love about the e.l.f. Wow Brow is I can also use this to kind of fill in my brows as well. So I'll even take the tip of the wand where it has the most product in it, and I'll just draw the rest of my tail on. Don't leave out your tail. If you want a more youthful look to your brows, don't neglect that tail. So right there is a really soft, very youthful looking look to our brow. It's filled in, it's fluffed up. They look denser, therefore they look more youthful. So if you want to turn back the clock with your brows, I highly recommend a good fiber tinted brow gel. Now, what I don't suggest is going too thin or too dark with your brows. Let me show you an example. I'm gonna use the soft black shade from Make. These are their nano brow pencils. And what I don't want you to do is just go in and fill in the center of your brows. So it's not a youthful way to wear your brows, okay? You don't want to just fill in the center. You want to draw the hairs up like you typically see me do all the time in my channel. But this is going to be a little too stark, a little too harsh. I mean, is it still a pretty brow? Yeah, it actually is. Is it the most youthful? No. And that's the whole reason why I'm talking about it in this particular video. So if you do your brows like this and you're happy with them, again, disregard, this video is not for you. But if you're looking to make your brows look more youthful, this is not necessarily going to be the ticket to that ride, okay? It's just the reality. Now, another thing to be on the lookout for is going too low with your placement. If you go too low, you're going to actually weigh down the appearance of your eyelid, and you're going to give your eyes and your forehead a heavier look. So by going super dark with my brows and also lower, it's lowering and making my forehead appear a little bit more heavy, therefore making me look a little bit more tired, not as youthful and fresh as one would want to look, right? So not a bad brow, but it's not as youthful as this one. So let me finish this one and actually show you the right way to do it. Same brow pencil, just different application. I'm going to draw upward angle strokes, keeping the placement a bit more high up, making sure I'm not going too low. This is going to give me a more wide-eyed, open-eyed look to my overall face because it's not weighing it down. It's not adding heaviness to my forehead. It's not drawing too much attention to my brows in a negative way. It's giving me a really youthful, fluffy, fresh look to my brows. So here's a side-by-side one more time. And again, it's not bad, but it's not the most youthful. So turn back the clock brow versus a brow. Okay, my fifth and final technique for this video, and honestly, there's so many that I could talk about. I want to keep it just really simple and really just digestible, so that's why I'm just sticking to 5, but there are ultimately so many ways to turn back the clock when you're wearing makeup. But this last one is really important, and I don't want you to overlook it, and I do not want you to forget it. It is so important to define your lips. As we get older, we lose a lot of pigment. I've lost a ton of pigment in my top lip as I've gotten older, especially on one side of my lip more than the other, which is very odd, but alas, we're here. We lose pigment in our lip line. We lose a lot of that definition. So it's so important if you want to bring a youthful look back to your makeup, it's so important to not forget and not overlook lining your lips. Now, I'm not just saying grab a red lip liner or a really dark raisin lip liner or a darker lip liner in general. You should, if you want to keep it really fresh and really like naturally youthful, keep it more to your lip color, but better. Try to go for something that's too stark and too harsh because I actually will do the opposite. So for my skin tone, my light medium, more olive complexion, 2 that I'm really liking right now is Cuckoo from Westman Atelier. It's like a perfect My Lip but better lip liner shade. And then also the new one from Revie Beauty in Fig. This is going to be a little bit more enhanced on my skin tone. So again, you're going to want to look for colors that are good based on your skin tone and your skin depth. For me and my light medium complexion, these 2 are a really great hit. So if you're my shade twin or shade sister, consider picking up one or both of these. They're going to be a really good way to naturally enhance your lip and therefore turn back the clock with your lips. So let's do something new. Let's do Fig from Revie Beauty. These are long wearing, they're creamy. So what you want to do is line your lips, of course, however you prefer to do them. If you like to bring out your Cupid's bow, totally fine. However, I will say having a softer line on your top lip especially is going to add that youthful look to your lips versus going too angular and too sharp. That's actually going to look a little too harsh and can look a little heavy and therefore a little bit more mature on your lips. So if you want to go turn back that clock, consider doing it in this technique. So what I want you to do is not go in and go like this. I don't want to see this. Okay, because this is not going to be the fountain of youth when you're wearing a lip liner. Instead, take your pencil, start in the middle of your Cupid's bow, and then do a round, almost like a heart shape instead. Now here's one thing you want to do to soften the look and to keep it really, really fresh. Take your fingertip and just soften it a bit so you don't see a really harsh edge. But what you do see is your beautiful lip brought back out, not disappearing into the rest of your complexion. But choosing the right shade is going to be absolutely so important to achieving a youthful look with your lip liner, because if you did something that's darker than this, it's going to stand out too much and then therefore look too harsh and defeat the whole purpose. So softening it, choosing the right shade for your skin tone is going to turn back the clock instantly. So same thing, line your lips. If you want to keep it really fresh, go back in, soften it by gently rubbing it out. Now, these are actually a really long-wearing formula, so they dry down pretty quick. Whereas the West Atelier, if you were to use the same technique with this kind of pencil, you have a little bit more play time before you have to blend it out. The Revie Beauty one lasts a really, really long time, so it does dry down quicker. But what you're left with is a more long-lasting lip liner. So either one is going to be amazing for creating a youthful look to your lips, but make sure you're picking the Your Lip But Better tone. So whatever that is, whatever that looks like, that is going to instantly give you a more youthful look to your complexion. A defined lip, bring back that shape that gets lost, quickest way to turn back the clock. Now, don't just stop there, okay? If you want to keep it soft and fresh and youthful, skip the more thick, more matte lipsticks. I love them. Trust me, like I'm a matte lipstick fanatic. I'll always be a fan of matte lipsticks. Liquid lipsticks, matte bullet lipsticks, I will always love them. However, I do acknowledge they're not the most youthful look when it comes to something that you wear on your lips. What is going to keep the look fresh and youthful and turn back the clock is going to be either a glossy formula lipstick. One of my favorite formulas is the Candy Glaze Lip Shines from YSL. These are more pricey. And or a tinted lip gloss or lip balm. These are some of my other favorite formulas that really fill in the lines, smooth the look of texture, smooth the look of fine lines around your lips, and give your lips more of a youthful, plumped up look because they give you tons of hydration. One of my favorites is the shade Nunu from West Atelier. Any of the shades from West Atelier in this formula, it's a squeaky clean lip balm. This is going to be a really beautiful, youthful look to your lips. It's going to give you hydration, plumpness, softness, and a little wash of color. It's perfect for that look. Another one that I love, I love this formula for youthful lips is the Forget the Filler. This is specifically designed to plump your lips and create a smooth finish to your lips. So it's line smoothing, which is key. You want to smooth the look of the lines. In order to do that, you need lots of hydration to plump up those fine lines. It's the same thing that I talk about all the time with, layering your essences and your toners. That's going to plump up your skin, give it a more youthful look. Same exact idea. But a drugstore favorite that I have to just include is the L'Oreal Plump Ambition. This is a hyaluron lip oil. It's tinted. These are really easy to pick up. They're obviously very affordable. They're drugstore and they just look and feel amazing. They are a little tingly though, so you will feel your lips. You will notice that it's on your lips. To me, you do get used to it after a while. But if you've never tried something like this that plumps your lips, you're gonna feel your lips. You're gonna be aware that you have lips and that something is on your lips. But it is worth it in my opinion because these are super duper hydrating and they really do give you a great line smoothing look to your lips, therefore giving you a youthful look to your lips. And that is a youthful lip look that will instantly turn back the clock. My lips look plump, juicy, fresh, not like they're 39 years old, which is great and what I was going for. So skip the matte lipsticks, skip the liquid lipsticks if you want a more fresh, youthful look to your lips. That's just kind of obvious, but let this be a nice, gentle reminder in case you forgot. And that wraps up this video. I hope you found this super helpful. I wanted to just stick to 5 tips and techniques to keep it really digestible and really simple and really easy. However, I can go on forever with more techniques and tricks on how to turn back the clock when you're wearing makeup. So if you want a part 2, leave that in the comments below. If you try any of these simple tweaks and techniques, leave that in the comments below. Try 1, try 2, try 4, try 5. Try them all. However many you try, give me your feedback in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you found this video helpful, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye.